Welcome back to a little podcast that could, guys. Great to have you here again. So tell us what's new. What have you guys been up to?
Well, lots of stuff. So we have a bunch of new songs coming out this year. The first one's going to be on February 27th. That song is called Holding Out. We are now also independent once again, which is very, very awesome. It's something we've been trying to do for a minute. But yeah, we're really excited about this because this is going to be our first release since Shake and When the Party Is Over. That's going to be fully independent. So we're super stoked about that. We've got a tour coming up with Des Rocks. So we're doing like all of the northern part of America, a little bit of Canada too, which is awesome.
Cool.
Danny's the lead singer of Des Rock. He's Des, but his real name is Danny. He is such a nice guy, and he is an incredible performer, and also our sounds are very similar, so I'm really looking forward to that tour. You know, all the usual stuff, songs coming out, tour,
Yeah.
all the stuff everybody else says, but we're real stoked because it's happening to us this time.
Right. So you're busy, but that's the way you must like it, though, right?
Yeah, when you're on tour, you get into the rhythm of being on tour, and then it's nice to come home for one night and sleep in your own bed and shower in your own shower and like see your cat and stuff like that. And after a day or two, you're kind of just like, well, all right, when are we going back out again? So
That's always
I
how it
think
is. And why was it important for King Falcon to be indie and independent? What was the thing?
Because we really wanted to be able to control our own releases and also not have anybody else dictate what happens with the sound. With this year, we're sort of trying some new things. I think the songs are a little bit more alt leaning than they are rock leaning, which is generally what I tend to listen to on my own time. And it's harder to do that when you have, like, this is the best way I can explain it. A label is a battleship, and we are a little boat. It's really, really hard to turn a battleship, but it's very, very easy to turn a little boat. And we don't want to be stuck in a certain thing because we have to try to convince the battleship to turn. And that's really why it was important for us to be independent.
Interesting.
That's a good analogy. So you mentioned that you're sort of shifting a little bit from rock to a little more on the alt side. So can we talk about the new single that's coming out later this month, Holding Out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tell us a bit about that and how it fits your new vibe.
Sure. Well, in the interest of full honesty, Holding Out was the first song that I wrote upon becoming single. So I was in a relationship for a long time and then became single. And it was, I started dating somebody, to be honest. And a couple weeks into it, I found out that I was like not really into it. It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
So the song is called Holding Out because in my head, on paper, everything seemed right about this person, but I didn't feel it here. So I was holding out to feel something. And I was like, I think this is something that a lot of people can relate to. So I wrote a song about it, and that's what Holding Out is about.
Nice. So what is one line then from the song? When you're playing stadiums, what is one line from that song that you think the audience is going to sing back to you?
That I think is going to sing back? I'm not sure. But the line that I think encapsulates the meaning of the song is, I've been chasing something that I know is not for me, but I know that I'll catch up. I'm holding out to see.
I like it.
Spoiler alert. I never caught up to it. We ended up breaking up. But hey, in the moment when you're going through it, you're like, well, I don't want to cut it off prematurely. I want to make sure I know what I'm doing with my decision before I make it. But yeah, I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Everybody will sing back.
Yeah, I pretty much think it's that line, those two lines. Those are like the best lines anyone has ever wrote.
All right, then.
It's
the line of all time.
Like, what is it that separates you guys from the rest of the noise? Like, you're in New York City, right? How
Yes.
do you cut through the noise and get people to recognize your band?
That's one of the hardest things to do because New York is the absolute most saturated market.
Right.
But we spend a lot of time with our fans. We spend a lot of individual time speaking to our fans. Like the three of us spend a lot of time on the Instagram DMs just talking to people.
Well,
so I think it's I could say, oh, we're a great band, we have good songs and stuff, but like there's a lot of good bands with good songs and good musicians out there. There's no shortage of that. But I think people really appreciate a personal touch when you care about them, and for us, for me especially, like I wrote all these songs. The fact that anybody cares enough to listen to them and know the words is still very novel and amazing to me. So anybody who's willing to, reach out and take the time and show us that they care, it's important for us to reciprocate that. And I don't know of that many other bands that do that. In fact, we have a huge Excel spreadsheet that has pretty much everybody we've ever spoken to. Their name is on it, where we met
Wow.
them, when we met them, a thing about them. So we really try hard to make it as personal as we can. Now, there's like 3,000, 4,000 people on that spreadsheet, so it's a lot to manage. But it's important, and it's a lot of work, and it's time consuming. And again, I don't know how many other bands are doing that.
I don't know that many bands do that
Mhm.
at all. Like,
I would say that us having good music is an opinion, but us being really nice people is a fact.
nice. Well, what I was going to say was, like, imagine if your favorite band did that. They took the time before shows, after shows, just hang out, like, even knew your name. There's something about that.
It's very cool, and I think it's important. And again, like, just it's still amazing to me that there's actually people out there that listen to the songs and know the words and care about it. Like, in my head, I still can't get past, writing these songs like in my mom's basement, and the fact that they're out there in the world now is crazy to me. So it's humbling for sure.
Yeah.
And so once people fall in love with this single, which no doubt they will, what should they then go back to and listen to that you've already released that might be a good follow-up to get them to become cemented as a fan for you?
So if you like Holding Out, and if you like that style of song, the one from our first record that I think sounds most like it is On Your Soul. And On Your Soul is sort of a similar song, in overall aesthetic. But also it's a song about it's a song about being in a relationship and getting cheated on, so not exactly the same. But there is that similar element, of, a song being about a relationship, but not a love song. I don't think I've ever actually written a love song. I think they're cheesy.
Never say never.
Maybe I haven't felt strongly enough to go and do
I
it
think
yet, and
that
that
might be
says
it.
something about my life more than anything else. But yes.
And when did
Right.
I guess each individual member of the band, when did you know that you were going to travel down the music path?
I joined
I think
my first band when I was like 11 years old with my brother, and we were just kind of like messing around. But I had always had a passion for music, and I think that having the right music teachers in school kind of like secured that for me. And eventually, it turned into like growing instrument. Like I started playing piano, I started playing drums, I started singing, but always stuck with the bass more, and just like having the right people around me really secured the idea of me wanting to do this full time.
Wow, 11. That's pretty young. How about you, Dip?
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, I started when I was 17, but at that point of time I was like just playing the drums to be cool and so that people would notice me. But when I was 20, that's when I what Joe said actually. I met the right people and that made me realize that I want to like pursue this.
Right.
I started on Guitar Hero when I was like 9 or
Yeah, of
10,
course you did.
and I
Yeah.
remember, yeah, no, of course everybody did. And one day my dad's a good guy, but he's a little rough around the edges sometimes. He walked in, he was like, "Man," expletives that I will omit. But like, why don't you quit doing this and go learn how to play a real
Right?
guitar?
Like,
Is
if
basically
you
what he
took the
said.
time you're spending to learn Guitar Hero and actually played the freaking guitar.
That was my
Yeah,
dad, and that was 17 years ago. So I was like 10 years
totally.
old, and here I am still doing
Love
it.
it.
Is Todd's not your dad, is he?
Won't
I'm
love the
sorry.
beef. It's
Inflection,
Gen
so
X.
Yeah.
I know what the hell he was going to say to you, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
of
I've got
course.
kids.
So guys, you have the single coming up end of February. Tell us quickly what is where we can look out for you and where you're planning to tour upcoming shortly.
So we are. You said where we can find it. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, basically any streaming platform. We are. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. King Falcon Band. We're on TikTok. Like everything has a link to our website, which is King Falcon Official. And with that, all leads you to our music. And on our way over to Washington for the Des Rocks tour, we are going to be playing in Ohio, and I think we have a gig in Nebraska on the way over. And then once we come back, we will be coming down from Toronto. So we have like maybe two gigs in New York.
Okay. Pleasure as always, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we're looking forward to seeing you on the road.
Take
for
care.
having
See
us.
you
Thanks so
next
much.
time.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Right on.
Bye.
Bye.